Oh, welcome to the Tier 2 Hungary race, first race of the week. We will have a short qualifying because we don't have enough drivers to do the full qualifying, so we will see a bit more racing today, a bit more and a bit less qualifying. Let's see which driver will go out first, and I'm really interested to see on which strategies they will go on. I wonder how many people will qualify on the softs and how many will qualify on the mediums. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions about which one is better to start, so this will be a really interesting qualifying, in my opinion. Because some people will definitely want to get track position, which is very important on this race, and some people might not and might want to start on the medium tires. We have Ferrari and a Red Bull going out. That's a Williams and one Ferrari. And AlphaTauri of It's Felix was last week's race winner, so I hope he will do well again this lap, this race. We have Blackstone going out. We have Neo, they are all on softs. So nobody is going on the mediums. Oh, Blackstone is on the mediums. As I said, a lot of people want to get track position. So maybe that's why a lot of them are going out on... Felix is also going out on mediums. So he's thinking about strategy. Let's watch his lap. This is starting his lap. I think he just right. And here we go, the first qualifying lap from the Alpine of Felix, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Going into turn 1, braking just as he passes the 100-meter board, going into third gear. So he gets a bit of oversteer there, so this lap probably isn't going to be the best lap so far. Let's see how he will make the race. The rest of the lap, or if he just scrap this lap, but I think he's going for it. All the people are already on their hot laps. Really interested to see who will get the top position this qualifying session. We're coming up to the last few corners. A kid gets a 16.48, 2 on the softs. I don't think that will stand very long as the pole position, but as I said, nobody's but the 410 faster lap than Felix, 17.2.6. That's probably because of a bit of mistakes in his lap. So he will definitely go on 2 more laps. I don't know if he will go on some teams. There's a stop car there, right, which just ruined the Red Bull's lap. But he will not be happy about that, and there maybe be some penalty points for that fast driver. Yeah, his lap was 19.7, just probably compromised by the Haas. Let's see Venom, probably one of the favorites for the Drivers' Championship. As he sets the fastest lap and the first guy to go into the 15th in this track. Let's see Blackstone, who is also on the medium tires. What kind of lap he can set? We really want to get as much as position as possible on those soft runners. He won't track position, and he will have a better strategy and track position if he gets a faster lap than the soft runners. As he crosses the line, 17.456, so 4 tenths slower than Felix, who is also a medium runner, which I think is on another lap. Let's see Breacher, the hard driver, going very slowly through the chicane. I don't know if that's his back lap. Let's see Brooks, who is at the end of his lap. He has a bit of an oversteer moment, so that probably with that oversteer moment puts him at 15.692, the fastest lap of this qualifying session by quite a bit, a quite big margin. A very good job to the Alfa Romeo driver. Let's see what Haas can do. P9 19.3. Another fast guy with a 16.73, and the last guy who is on a hot lap is Simon. Let's see what he can do. He's on the softs. The line is looking pretty good now. Simon got a bad exit out of there, but definitely he's gonna be his best lap this qualifying session. Grips move out of the way like they should. Good job. Breacher is out of the session. So he crashed, I believe. Simon goes in pits. Can we see? I don't think we can see. I think he spun and crashed. He will be starting at the back of the grid definitely. In this track, I do not want to. So, a bit of disappointing the qualifying session for the Red Bull driver. We have Main, who I believe was one of the fastest drivers qualifying last race. So let's see what kind of lap he can pull off. I don't think this is a fast lap. So let's see Felix. He goes into another fast lap on the mediums. There's another, beating. There's a, let's see if we can catch what the yellows flagging for. We will see. There's more, probably there's someone going slow. I is I think the only one on the hot lap right now. The pits are on the hot lap. And the yellow flag is probably just people going. Timing one, we might have another commentator. I don't know if we can get where feedback. Guy going slow. Yeah, he's going a bit slow. I don't know if we have yellow flags in all sectors. We have the pits. We can mess up. Kind of bad that we not there had to lift on the exit of the little tricky chicane, butterfly. Oh, and he goes off track. Unlucky, he touched the curb a bit too much and just off track. He keeps slowing down in a really, again, happening to another driver that has slowing down in that same exact position. I don't know if nobody was on a fast lap, but let's see Filthy. I think he just started for our driver. He's already bad first turn. Had to go into second gear to come back out and he slows down. I don't think he was or not. You know if this driver just can't get a fast lap in or what is happening, but doesn't seem like anyone is on a fast lap. Maybe when Kelly is at a bad lap. Yeah, he's definitely on a fast lap. Let's see if he can improve. I think we just got the okay. Wait, I'll thank you for telling me. How's this? I turned up my microphone. Now comparison. I can turn it up or down a bit if you want. Okay. For letting me know. I'm sorry to the stream, to everyone watching the stream, but now you can hear me a bit better, I hope. And yeah, as we had that little intermission, Rukeri set the fastest lap of the race by exactly 1:10. We'll be pretty happy with that, but he is starting on, so maybe someone else will have a bit of an edge. Starts on mediums and qualifies very high. There's a tib again, just letting drivers past as he's on his outlap. Venom is on an outlap. We'll definitely check that out after mains qualifying lap. Going slow, so he's not qualifying. Beaker, I think, is. Nope. Let's see. Nope. One is on qualifying lap. Very interesting. Tib on an outlap. I think he's on a fast lap, but he invalidated. So, but let's see what kind of time he would have gotten if he didn't invalidate. Just to put a perspective on his pace. Yeah, it was slower, so he probably made a big mistake. And let's catch Venom's lap as he is on his fast lap. Let's see if he can get the provisional pole for now. Nope, he is on mediums. I don't know if he started on mediums. I think he was on softs, so maybe trying to improve his time on mediums. I believe he can, definitely. There is pace on the mediums to improve his lap. And I think he's up. I didn't quite see how much, but I think I saw in the corner of my eye 2/10 up on his lap with mediums. And he's in P3, so this could be a very good lap. Again, I didn't catch exactly how his time was. I was watching at his driving, and no, he goes into the... No one's really doing any like fast laps. A lot of drivers are giving up from the laps. I don't know if that's just track has a lot of drivers on it, so they get this they have a driver in front of them and can set a fast lap, or they're doing mistakes, or maybe just not improving, so they go into the pits to take the tires at one lap more, which will help them in the race, of course. Hungary is very hard on the tires, temperatures and the usage, so good to save tires as much as possible in qualifying. And Dopey does a 16.34, didn't improve his last time, stays P8. Tib going for a fast lap, and Felix is on an out lap, so let's see. Yeah, he is on soft, so he gave up from the mediums. Almost everybody will start in softs this race. Very interesting. No one wants to risk the low position in qualifying and then real difficult to overtake in the race. They don't want to. And Tib spins on that curb. You really can't touch the curb, man. As soon as you get a bit too much on it, it's game over. There's more curbs like that, I think, in turn 2 as well. So unlucky a bit for Tib. Let's see if, yeah, Felix is now starting his lap. Let's see what he can do on the softs. Remember, he qualified last race and won that race. He was P1, I think, the whole race. So let's see what he can do. Again, braking very late into turn 1, going short shifting into 4th gear to get as much traction as possible out of the first corner, going to 3rd gear. So I think the drivers are experiencing a lot of understeer on this track. I don't think the conditions are as ideal as they want them to be, maybe. And of course they're saving, they're not pushing 100% definitely, because they do not want to make a mistake and then start in P13. And Felix does make a mistake. Ooh, that will cost him a lot of time. I think he will still improve, but it will cost him a lot of time, definitely. Carrying a lot of speed through that corner, very nice. Yeah, he's up 4 tenths. So that will put him in P6, P5. Let's see if he can gain or lose time the last few corners. And going into 5th gear to get the most traction again, and he's P6. So yeah, he didn't quite get a faster lap than Peaker. It's close, definitely close. 100th of a second, 1.8. So very close, but unfortunately doesn't do a good lap. He made a big mistake on the gain, and Venom is up on his time by 100th of a second. So let's see if he can get a bit more time. Carried a little bit less, and he's up 3 tenths. So this could be really good for Venom. PNRL Simon is P2, I didn't even catch that. Very close to the and he spins on that curb. Venom will be very unhappy on that. He almost spins on that curb. There's a lot of curbs you can't really drive on in this track, but he still improves. And that will be P4 for him. The AlphaTauri boys are starting P1 and P2 for now. Provisionally, their P1, P2. Peaker is not up on his time. Nobody is just starting a lap. Oh, Felix is up on his time. 110. P2 by Felix. So White didn't get the pole this time, which he obviously wouldn't wanted to, because you really want track position on this track. It's very difficult to drive under the dirty air. Peaker is up on his lap. He invalidated Snowbird. Okay, I think he's given up. Yep. Let's see Ty. Nope, going to the pit. Let's see if Rookie can do anything and separate the AlphaTauri 1 and 3 in this qualifying. I don't think he will. Nope. So I think this is it for qualifying. You have Rumkeri in P1, Felix in P2, Simon in P3, Creeps for the Alfa Romeo in P4, Venom P5, Peaker P6, Snowbirds 7, Main P8, Ty P9, Fruki P10, Blackstone P11, Dopey P12, Neo Engine P13, Tib 14, Swayze in 15th place. He will have a lot of time to gain up. Definitely, he was in a podium the last race. He also qualified quite low, so we will see how he does. I don't know how to read that, but Red Bull P16, and the last is Breacher for the Haas P17 with a 19.3, which is, I don't think he got a really good time in. I think he didn't get his fastest time in, so that's quite unlucky for him. But the top 4, let's say, they're all pretty close. Like P8, I would say everyone had the chance P8 to maybe get like P1, maybe P3. But this is looking very good for the AlphaTauri. They're really going to their qualifying session, and let's see what they can do in the course. There is probably going to be a lot of safety cars, as we've seen in the last race. You never know, there might be some rain, and you can spin always. You're pushing a lot in these races, and sometimes just go a bit over the limit, and it's basically race over. And unless a safety car happens, you will see. Of course, and the strategies this week will be definitely this race. This week, actually, in all 3 races, P1 and Tier 3, they will definitely have a lot of interesting strategies that might win some drivers, some races, and probably lose some drivers, some races as well. So, grid starts in 5. Just start the formation lap. Hope no one gets qualified from the formation lap. I really wouldn't want that on a track like this. You really want to try the optimal temperature. And yeah, someone did get Creeps qualified, and he's in P4. Waze disqualified, Breacher disqualified. Oh no. They will have a really bad start. Let's see actually what tires everyone. So everyone in the top 10 is in softs, and everybody else chose the medium to hard strategy. So they will be doing 1 stop. The rest of the grid will probably will be doing 2 stops. Some might stretch the softs a bit and go into hards. We'll see. But for now, then everyone in P10 is softs and down is mediums. Expected. I think that's expected. I would think few of the top 10 drivers would start on the mediums. Maybe try to make the 1 stop work and qualify high in the. And yeah, and the predicted stop strategy for the soft runner is soft to hard. So maybe a lot of them will be doing a 1 stop and not a 2 stop, which will be really difficult for them because they really have to save the tires as much as possible. Those hard tires are, of course, they last long, but especially it depends on they pit. As we have the red lights starting now. Race is on the way. 5 red lights. And away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix Tier 2. Let's see if there will be any collisions into turn 1. Runkeri had a great start, keeping P1. Everyone. So Venom is up 1 place. Creeps. Peaker overtakes Venom. And we have something happened. We have Blackstone got spun. why, I don't know what happened. Someone spun or he crashed. We have a nice fight between the McLarens. Another yellow flag and a DNF from the Red Bull. He stopped on track. I don't know if he got damage. Yeah, and a safety car. Lap 1. So the standings are for now. Lap 1, Runkeri, Felix, Simon, Venom, upper position. Creeps lost a lot of position. I don't know what happened to him. He's in P15. So way is made up a few positions. Venom 1, Picker 1, Main 2, I 1, Neo 4 positions. Fruki stayed the same. Tip 3, Wazy 2, Reacher 3, Ripsops 11 positions, and Blackstone 5. And Venom, Peter, Robert are pitting. Let's see what tires they will go. I think they're going on. Venom is going on to mediums, and Peter in the McLaren is on to hards. Probably very difficult to. This is also going on to mediums. Someone is serving a penalty, I think, or no, he was replacing him. I think. So a lot of drivers went on mediums. Lap 1. And Picker is the only one who went on hards. That's going to be very, very good for him if he can keep the tires optimal. But for like 33, 32 laps, this would be very interesting if he can make something work from this. Change the camera. I think I can. Cameras on Hungary aren't really that. Sometimes you just can't see. So sometimes I might be changing on board when someone. We can't see anything. AlphaTauri are still looking very good. Felix is also looking very good for the win. None of them that I top 6 didn't pit, they're still on soft. Maybe hoping for another safety car, and I think Felix went in the pits. Yes, Felix is in the pits. Let's see. I think he will go on mediums basically. Yes. So I think the safety car will go on for at least another lap because of Felix pitting. Now in P16, I think he could have pit a bit earlier, like when the safety car came out. Maybe he just missed the box, so he couldn't. He lost a lot of positions now, but again, as I said in the beginning, strategy will win a lot of races quick in all tiers. Good strategies will definitely give a lot of wins to those who execute them well. So I think now we have 2 drivers who are on who are on softs. In my opinion, they're probably waiting for safety car. They're thinking basically there is going to be another early safety car. So won't pit. I will be the fastest car on these softs. They are still kind of fresh, and I will get as much ground as I can on my softs till another safety car comes out. Then I will just go into my normal strategy, which is safety car in this lap, which is mediums or hards, depending on what lap the safety cars come out. So we will be racing this lap. There has been any penalties, so nobody crashed. Safety car, which is good. And Runkeri started. Oh, this will be, I think, a lot of Hungary spun. And he's retired from the session. Just got a bit too excited on the throttle and spun. This could have been a very good win for him. And McLaren and Haas doing and they make contact, and Main, another contender for the win, gets spun out. Crazy into 5th positions. Dib into 4th, Neo into 3rd, and Haas spins off. I think this will be a safety car. Is it? There's a lot of happening, man. A lot of stuff just happened. I don't think there will be another safety car. And Simon has a huge lead now. 2.7 seconds to Neo. So he won't be fighting with anyone. Venom P5. Let's here. Yep. When he's fighting, there's a lot of. And the Ferrari guys, I think they touch, and Snowbird goes off track. Felix gets a pre-position. Blackstone looking for the McLaren. See what they can do. This has been chaos on the first few laps. Simon does fastest lap of the. Someone spun. Haas spun. Tires with Creeps, who was one of the fastest guys in qualifying, is now last place. Breacher and Snowbird hitting. Later, what tires they go? So Dopey is leading this mid pack. Then you have Venom, Swayze, Tib and Neo, a bit faster pack, and PNRL. Simon just went 3.8 seconds in 2 laps. Another spin from Peaker. Oh. Let's see what tires he went to hards. The 2 drivers trigger and went on to hards. Dopey and fighting. See if we can get some on boards. He just went all over the place here. The Felix will try to get something. Blackstone, I don't think he will. Let's see the front pack. They're all pretty. DRS now enabled. They're all pretty spread out. Still enough for DRS. You can anything up of here. Let's see if Creeps will pull the trigger and will move on the plate on Peaker. No, Peaker just says, I think he's running lower rims. Something happened. Breacher spun. Yep. Breacher spun. He's not having a good place, I think. This is. You might want to give up now, but you never should give up from races like this. You just keep going. You never know what's going to happen. Simon has a 4-second gap to Neo. They're all staying pretty close. The Haas driver is still. Oh, Simon is in softs. Haas driver is going very slow. He's got damage. He's got some damage. Simon is still on soft, so that's why he's pulling a gap on everybody. I don't think that was the right decision, but he couldn't pit and no one's really fighting. Oh, Main is in the pits. There's a bit of a battle between Felix and Blackstone. He's going around the outside in turn 2. Is he going to take the mode? Yep, I think he is. On to Fluke, I guess. And Tib. Fun. Is it Tib? No, it's the. Who is it? Yeah, it was Tib. And think he's crashed. It's over for him. Doesn't say he's a glitch, I think. Still says he's in the race, so he's just. And Venom putting pressure on Swayze. Swayze putting pressure on Neo. Swayze is, I think he started 16th on the grid and he's now in P3, another podium if he finishes like this. But I think Venom will take... What? We did just witness. Neo crashed into... Is it Tib? Or... I think that's... a safety car. Felix is out of the... I think this might be a restart. So now I don't know if this will be a restart or not, because I think the game screwed over Neo. I mean, you can see on the straights if a car is parked there, so it maybe is kind of Neo's. But in the, I think he was battling with Venom and Swayze, and maybe it just appeared because I think Tib didn't DNF, although his tires were off the car. His suspension was completely broken and he was just sat on the track. I don't know what happened to Felix, but he was one of the contestants to win the race, and he won the last race, so lost a lot of points with that DNF. A lot of points for Alpine and Self. Let's see the positions change. So Simon 2, Venom 3, Swayze 12. That he's been doing. Oh, Simon now goes into pits. That's a correct choice. I think he's going into cards, and they can make it. So now facing 13 positions. Fuki, Blackstone made 7 and Dopey made 4. Everyone else and Breacher made 6 because of the DNFs. Everyone else basically where they should be, and Dopey got he's serving a penalty. Yep. I think a drive-through. Now Venom is leading the race. Second. And as you can see, they're on mediums. So I think they're doing a two-stop. So I think the hard compound drivers will have a big advantage here. Unless another safety car happens, then everyone's strategy doesn't matter and everyone will probably go into the same tires, and it will be just racing and no strategies. Nobody gets a 5 collision penalty with and he has... Oh, so they did collide. I think we're having a restart. Yep, I think this is a restart. Yep. So you'll just have to wait a bit. So everything now won't matter. Everything that, but I think Venom and Swayze and all of them should be starting where they are now. So I don't know what will happen, but this is definitely a restart. Let me just get to that. I have to go to a new lobby. we'll just go on to the start screen again, or no, I'll just keep it like on the interview now, although this isn't an interview. So you have something to look at and not just a screen, but you can still hear me, because on the start and end screen, you hear me. I don't know what will happen now, what the like this restart grid will be. So definitely will be interesting. I don't know if room carry, if all of them will be back in the race or they'll just start again from the beginning, or they will start how the grid was now. Yeah, there was a lobby was glitching as I'm reading now in third. Yeah, so what we saw with the crash that was on the straight, the driver who crashed was glitched and spawned onto the straight, and then someone ran into it. It was Roncari. No, Roncari spawn. Felix, I think, or I don't know, the Alfa Romeo. Someone ran into Tib. We're having a. I don't think Swayze will really not be happy with that if it's a qualifying grid, because he was doing so well in that race. He was speed 2 now because of all stages the drivers were. Yeah, the guy who crashed into the glitched car of Tib on the starting grid was unlucky, but I think that could have been avoided by him. But again, I think, yeah, this clean restart, don't think it should be a qualifying grid, because only that one guy who got crashed into Tib is like someone who got scammed by the game. Everyone else crashed basically on their own. So I don't know how they will do that. How the grid will be now. I hope it will be like it was, just for the drivers who were leading the race. It wouldn't be fair to them. They drove cleanly and didn't have any problems. It wouldn't be good for them to be on their qualifying grid if they didn't do anything wrong, but we will see. Someone is missing. Probably. So this will be a full restart, I think full 35 laps, and it will be a quali grid, so very unlucky who didn't do anything wrong, had an amazing race and were made up a lot of positions, but I think they can do it again. But now Hungary has another chance, so I think he will be very happy with that. Now he will probably just keep it a bit cleaner, maybe not get so excited on the throttle, and he won't spin out that way. I think we're waiting for one driver now. A tie. Pass. Yes. And he... I think the race should start now. So anyone isn't speeding up? Yep. They're still deciding on what tires everyone will. I'm just watching some of the clips the driver sent in. Think of the incidents. The incident. Already an incident reported. The race isn't over yet, and there is already an incident that was reported. Interesting. Now we should be ready to. Again, we're posted. Oh, we are. The 17. Isn't stuck. I think they're doing the grid. A bit. Now it can be a hassle to do that grid. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work properly. If someone readies up, I think then it just gets messed up, something like that. We should be starting now. Yep, everyone's reading up, I think. Yes. So we are back on the grid now. The race should be starting in a few seconds. It's quali grid, so everyone has a chance again. It will be the drivers who qualified high will definitely be very happy about that. The drivers who did well in the last race will not. But the lobby was kind of glitch. We witnessed the crash that I think caused the restart. So we know why the restart happened. I don't think the restart should just happen because a lot of drivers crash. I think that's their fault, and that should not affect the other drivers who are doing well. So I think that the restart was definitely because of the weird crash. I hope. We're just waiting for someone. And the race will start now. The countdown is going. Is anything? Yep. So I've been told the safety car was the restart was because of the lobby was glitched. Safety car was racing, and the positions were glitched. Okay, so now we know what exactly happened. I've seen the safety car does go racing sometimes, so I'm glad it got restarted if that was the case. Now everyone has another chance. Another 35 laps. Why does it say migrating host? I hope they're just saying that for just because he just left. Okay, so we're not having another restart, thankfully. We're actually racing, and I hope it will be a bit cleaner now. But I'm sure there will be another safety car, definitely. There's no way there won't be. After what we saw in the last race. But at least some drivers now know like on what tires to go. Kerry is starting on mediums. He didn't start on mediums when a lot of drivers started on mediums when they didn't qualify on mediums. Neo was disqualified. I don't know, Tib was disqualified. I don't know if this was illegal now and the driver just wanted to get a head start because they know the softs are bullshit on this race. On Hungary, and they're just overheating all the time, so I don't know if this was legal or not, if they allow them to. I think what I read was that it was going to be on what qualified, that's what you're starting on, but they might have changed it, I don't know. And now 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go for the second time in Tier 2 Hungary race. Let's see if we will keep it clean into turn 1. Felix already passed through Kerry. I think he will give him space, and Creeps going around the inside. Kerry getting pushed wide a bit. But they started on the soft, so it makes sense that they are faster than the medium runners who chose the mediums for this restart. And another Richard already spun. He's not, I don't know if he had not practiced a lot in carries in P3. Someone was very close there. And we have a spin. Rumkeri is again out of the session. I guess Ty is out of the session. I guess he just wasn't meant to be Venom P4 now, on mediums. He got 2 chances. Unfortunately, I was rooting for the Alpha Tauri guys, since I am a driver for Red Bull, so closer family than anything else. Unfortunately, and we have a bit of fighting here between Blackstone and Tib. He goes around the outside, I believe, on that corner, and he now goes inside and gets the position. Very good job from him. Felix 1:22.3, the fastest lap for now. That will change very soon. And Venom and Main fighting. Main overtakes him. Will he do a switchback? No. Venom into P5, but the McLaren is on softs. I think they both are. Yes. And Creeps now into second, and Felix now again leading the race. Tib and Dopey already pit. I think they got damaged, definitely. Main set the... I think that was Felix. The game was up. Something happened. Ooh. Simon, Blackstone and Fruki all collided. And now there's 3 tracks. Yeah, virtual safety car. Safety car. Expected. Now who will Felix go into the pits? Let's see if he will. That will be a lot of reports after this race. I don't know what happened. Swayze got, I think, no damage. The car doesn't, so he wasn't caught up in that. Everyone looks fine. Felix goes into the pits. Ika goes into the pits. So I think they're going on to hards, yes. And Beaker is going on to mediums, Felix onto hards. Breacher got to drive through speeding under safety car. Creeps left the session. I think Creeps was disconnected. Luckily it happened under safety car conditions, so he might have time to go back to the game if he was disconnected, because he's in P1. He doesn't really want to be disconnected again. Yep, something, he just got glitched into P2. And now they're racing. I think he has internet problems. That looks like it. Let's see how the position changes are in the tires. So Creeps up 3 places for now. Lap 3. Main 6 positions up. Venom 2. Number 3. Neo 8. Swayze again 9 positions. He's already in the points. Felix pitted, so he's down 5. Richard has a drive-through, but he's up 7. Beaker down 2, Tip up 4, and Dopey up 1. And Felix is only one on hards. Creeps and Main are still on the soft, so they're not leading in the race, at least for now, unless another safety car happens. Which, if the someone Breacher retired. I think he crashed. I think there was some contact between Creeps and Main. Maybe just looked like it. Hope he retired. I don't know what is happening to these drivers. They're just dropping like flies. I don't know if they're crashing or spinning and just giving up. So I think, yeah, there will definitely be another. And Creeps has joined. So he has come back. He's very lucky that he disconnected under safety car conditions, because his race isn't ruined, but he might have wanted to pit, so now he's on softs, and maybe he wanted to be on mediums or hards, so it still kinda messed him up, but it's good that he's back, and now he can race, actually race, and not be one unlucky driver who got disconnected. As I said that, Creeps disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Please don't be another restart. Oh. Lazy into P5, Felix P6. This is now the race between 8 drivers. Venom is in P2. He was the, I think, the contender last race to win, but he spun on a very tricky corner. So it was sad to see. We interviewed him. So he is now in P2, provisional P1, because Main didn't do a pit stop, and he didn't also, but he started on mediums. So he is in provisional P1 right now. But as we've seen, anything can change. And yep, the safety car is going in. Let's see the restart. Let's see if the drivers can keep it clean. Let's see if anyone will do a dive. Really close. Yeah, I think Neo will go into the dive of Snowbird. No, he doesn't. No position changes. Everyone keeping it safe. They don't want to risk anything. Everyone is okay. No damage. They're all very, very close. So they're all getting affected by dirty air. Main is the only one who isn't, because he's leading. Let's remove this. And we see no fighting now. I think all the restarts and the safety car shook up the drivers a bit and maybe forced them to drive a bit safer. So no one is doing anything. Oh, as I said, that tip spun. Tip spun. Krebs joined. I think he was disconnected, and now we'll come back and see that he's disqualified. I don't know what will happen with that. I hope not another restart. Main already has a second and a half. Yeah, almost a second and a half on Venom. But he has soft tires, which are only 3 laps old, so now 6. And nothing is, I think, yeah, Felix is getting very close to Swayze. And Picker is getting close to Felix, so they're all, Picker and Swayze are on mediums, and Felix is on hard, so it would be very good for him if he can overtake Swayze and pull away from Picker. I think they're the only ones fighting, or close to fighting right now. Yes, nothing is really happening. It is all the way in the back because he spun. When DRS still isn't enabled, so when DRS gets enabled, I think then we'll start to get... Oh, and Neo looking for a move on Snowbird, and now the group is much more grouped. They're all very close. Venom and Main have run away from them, and all 5 drivers who are actually racing, Bib is the only one who is alone, are very close to each other. So the P1 and P2 are just having their own race now. Venom knows he probably has a better strategy because he is on mediums, while the main driver is on softs. And everyone else is just now, I think, going for positions. This is where the fighting will be. You won't see anything in the front for now. But oh, Felix looking for a move here. This camera is bad. Yeah, Felix getting very, very close to Swayze. And I think he will try to make an overtake. And I think Picker will follow as well in turn 1. That DRS can really be helpful to just basically keep you at the back of the car in front, because the dirty air does lose you a lot of pace. Really difficult to get onto the throttle. So DRS is really helpful to keep you on the back of the car, and let's see if he will do an overtake here. They all have DRS, so I don't think he will be. Let's try to see their ERS. So Felix has a lot of ERS, I think 60%, I can't really read it. 70 for Speaker. And Swayze is very low on ERS, he has 29 I believe. 80 for Felix, so he's got even more than Pico. They're really pushing Swayze now because they'll have a lot of ERS saved. Swayze is really trying to stick to this position, this P5, and they can't overtake because the track is really tricky, but they at least save their ERS for the long straights where Swayze will basically lose all of his ERS and they will have a lot of ERS to use. And I think now is going to they are going to overtake Swayze. He's going a bit, yeah, I think this is where it happens. Yeah, deploying the overtake, catching up, Swayze is moving. He doesn't have the DRS, so he lost Neo in front and they both go past, do they? I messed it up now. Didn't see it. No. Beaker is still behind Swayze. They're going, and he went up the inside, but he still doesn't have the position. And now he's through. So Swayze P7, Beaker and Felix overtook him. And Felix is now looking for Neo, hunting him down, getting the time and Delta closer. Because I think he will do a one-stop. This is the only tires he will be on, if he can stretch them that long, of course. I don't think any racing is happening. Beaker is quite close to... Oh, Swayze spun. Swayze spun. And Tib will now catch him. That's very unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Felix is already, I think, pretty close. No, he's not still. It's 2 seconds. But Beaker got a 3-second penalty. And is now looking to overtake Felix. Hold on, while I leave you for to look at this. Steve got another 2 seconds. I have to take a short bathroom break. I will leave you on Felix and Peter. Back, main pitted finally. He went on 2 parts. No other position changes. Benno is now in the lead of the race. Oh, I think Sway spun once again. It's really difficult to get the tire pressures down once you spin, because this track just eats up the tires. The temperatures go very high, in a very short period of time, so that's probably why he spun again. But now the drivers are a bit more relaxed. Everyone kinda knows what they're doing. They're just looking to finish the best positions they can. Venom is now comfortably leading. Felix P4. Man is now overtaken Tib. So Venom hasn't pitted yet. I think his pit is lap 16, maybe 17, 18, somewhere around that. So he will have to pit and will be, I think he will be dropped 3 positions, I think, somewhere around that, 3-4 positions, because everyone else stopped and 2 drivers are on hards, others are on mediums. I don't think the mediums will last to the end. So I think Main and Felix are the only ones who will be doing 1-stops. Sorry, not pitting anymore this race. Let's see if Felix can maintain his tires, because he did pit quite early. Main just came into the pit, so his tires will be much more fresh than newer, so he won't have to worry about tire wear as much as Felix. But with good driving you can definitely keep your tires to the end of the race, which Felix will really want to do if he wants to get another win. A back-to-back win for Felix would be amazing, and I think some tier 1 principals would already be looking for him for the next season to sign him, because if he does that, he's on himself a good driver. His Main sets the fastest lap. Parts 19.28. Very interesting. So he's pushing basically now, and everyone else missed the chance to get the fastest lap, I think, on their tires. But this definitely won't be the fastest lap of the race, because a lot of people will not pit, and low fuel, and the cars will be much lighter at the end of the race. So I think that's when we will see a faster lap than this. But nothing's really happening now. Everyone is kind of staying in the same position, not really risking anything. Felix has a bit of understeer here. Now Picker will really be on the back of him. Let's see, Picker's on board. He's already blasting ERS. He didn't get a very good exit out of the last corner, so couldn't take advantage of Felix's understeer. Picker does have a... oh, they pits. Okay, he... let's see the penalty. David and Picker only have 3 seconds. So Picker, if they stay this close the rest of the race, Picker is going to lose a lot of positions. So that won't be very good for him. The penalty can really ruin your race if everyone is very close together. Venom has a almost 4-second gap, 4 seconds now on snowbirds and P2. So Venom is doing a very good job for now. But he will pit, so I think they will all be hoping for all the drivers on mediums. We'll be hoping for a safety car or something like that to get a free pit stop basically, so don't lose like a lot of time, because pit stops are long, and as I said in the beginning, strategy is really going to make all the week's races. As Felix goes around the outside on Neo, it's clean, no contact. He's now in P3. Picker will probably want to get another position here as well. I don't know if he will. Neo seems to have slowed down a bit. And Felix now looking to catch Snowbird, who is 2.2 seconds in front of him. Yes, Picker goes in front of Neo. Has he overtaken him? Yes, he has. In a very weird part to overtake. Oh, he was ghosted for a second there. I don't know if that's because of the lag or something, but he was ghosted for a second there. Nothing happened, I think. Felix already closing in the gap. He's already 1.7 seconds and it was 2.2. So he's done a pretty good job of closing in the gap. And Venom pits, locking up on the entry. He's going on to hards. Snowbird's into the lead of the race. Felix into P2. Giga P3. Let's see where he will come out. P5. Will Main get him in the pits? I think he will. Let's see. Yes. So Main gets him. So he's now P6 and he was in the lead of the race. And he has a lot of time to get into the leaders. Snowbirds still hasn't pit. And he will have to pit now. So Felix is now the provisional race leader after Snowbird pits. Is this going to be another victory for Felix? Very much could be. They're all kind of spread out. They're losing Neo and catching up to Snowbirds. 1.2 seconds. They're almost in the DRS spot. We'll go into the pits soon. Let's see his tire. 15 old medium tires. He will definitely be going into the pits now, as I think he just did. Yep. He's going on to set of hards, and Felix enters the lead of the race. This will be very interesting to see if he gets another win under his belt, and a lot of points for him and Alpine. As it looks for now, it looks like it. If there won't be any safety cars, if he manages to keep the tires all the way to the end, and he has 12 laps, old tires, so their tires are really old for now, and they have to make a lot of more laps. This will be very interesting if he can keep the tires going. Picker got really close to him now. No one. Oh, there is a fight between Says. Healy's got a 3-second penalty. That could steal him the win. You really don't want penalties when, although Picker has one, you never know what will happen. And Swayze spins. He got just a bit, and another spin for Swayze, just as he overtook Neo. So unlucky for him. I think he'll be in P7 and if nothing else happens, unfortunately. And Picker is very close to Felix. Will Picker be able to overtake him? I think this is the only racing or fighting that is happening on right now. Let's see the ERS. 60% for Felix. Ooh, Picker is very low on ERS. 14%. So his light is flashing. So he's really trying to get past Felix. Picker has mediums. How old are they? They are 14 laps old. So he does have another pit stop, I believe. He pitted the same lap as Felix did. So he has to pit. I think he will probably try to get softs. I don't think he will go on another set of hards, on another set of mediums. I don't think he can go on another set of mediums, but I don't think he will pit on hards. So I think he'll probably try to make them last until he can pit on softs and gain as much time as possible in the last 2 laps of the race. And Felix is getting a really good gap to him. He can't quite catch him. Maybe in the straights he does, but in the corners Felix drives well enough to keep him behind, so that he can't overtake. And Venom is kind of getting close to Main, so maybe we'll see some battling very shortly between Venom and Main. But for now, all we have is leaders in the top two, who are fairly close and could do some fighting. And Picker did close the gap a bit between them. Oh, he got another 3-second penalty, that's it. That's it for Picker. He can't win the race anymore. Unfortunate. It was very good. He can actually. Felix can get another penalty. Let's see if... Can I see the warnings? Very quickly. Felix 2. Yeah, I don't think he got any more warnings. He doesn't make more mistakes and cuts the track. Picker can't win, unfortunately, because of the penalties. You can't remove exceeding track limits or corner cutting penalties, because the game can't really scam you that way. You can scam it with some corners. You cannot get a exceed a track limit warning if you do it right, but you can't remove the penalties. So that is, and Swayze goes to the pits. What tires? Hards. So he's going onto a set of hard tires, and now he's last in the race with a big gap to everyone else. So he will be quite happy if there's a safety car. But I don't think there will be any more safety cars. I think this is it, and this will be 15 more laps of just racing and no safety cars. But you never know. Venom gets a 3-second penalty. It was pretty clean until now. Now a few more drivers got, and Picker goes into the pits. I think he will go on to hards or another medium. I don't know on what he started. He started on soft, so he can go on another medium. Yes, he is going to another medium, so he did start on softs. Venom will now overtake him. Felix is in the lead of the race. I don't think Main can catch up. Felix's tire might blow, or he might pit last minute to softs. I don't think he will get another a big enough gap to not lose positions. It will be very interesting what Felix does at the end of the race, if he will just save the tires or go to softs. My guess is he will save the tires. I don't know if they can last that long. How long does he have them? 17 laps. And he has to do 14 laps more. I don't know if the tires can last that long. I don't know how long the game tells you they can last. I don't really remember. Like what's the recommended max laps for the hards. But Main is kinda catching a bit. Oh, and there is some fighting between Snowbirds and Picker, so we can watch that. Snowbird doesn't have a penalty, Picker does. And I think Picker will go for the move. Let's see, he has 70% and he has 60%, so they're both pretty high on ERS. Snowbird moves out to defend the inside in the first corner, and yes, he won't get that position. Now an undercut, we can see like that, beautiful undercut. No, he didn't do it. And now in the inside of this corner, why can't we see anything now? So he didn't get the position on Snowbird. Very good driving for Snowbirds to keep him behind. He's looking now to try to overtake him here, but I don't think he will be able to in this tight part of the corner, part of the track. He's really slowing him down, so Piquet wants to get past him as soon as possible because there was some lag there. Oh, that's not good for Piquet. He was really close, and then the lag pulled him back. You will definitely want to get past because he's on fresh mediums, main with a 19.8 fastest lap, and I think Peter is going for a move. He has DRS, he has ERS, blasting everything. Will he get him on the straight? I think he will. Shit. No, he doesn't. Around the outside this time, and he gets the position. I think there wasn't any contact there, couldn't quite see because the cameras are kind of like you can't see the cars now. And Snowbird's he tried to get a sneaky cut there, did not lose Piquet, but he got a 3-second penalty. But Piquet does have 6, so if he doesn't pull away enough from Snowbird, which I think he will. Snowbird is still in P4. Venom isn't catching, I think, to main. Felix is still in the lead comfortably, but he did lose, I think, 2 seconds to main. Main gained 2 seconds on Felix. The gap was 10 seconds before, so now it's 8.6. So he is slowing down. I'm guessing to save his tires as much as possible because he is on those very old hard tires. And Piquet says the fastest lap 18.994. But this race was quite interesting in the start. All those drivers who were contending for the win, like Creeps, Simon, Winkeri, all of them were... Oh, someone spun. Main spun. Ha! Main spun Piquet and Snowbirds. No, Snowbirds didn't overtake. Yeah, it is. He overtook him. Got Main moved and let them pass. So Venom is now in P2. I think he will be very happy with that after his last race DNF. As I was saying before, a lot of hearts were broken in the first few laps of this race. For some very good Neo gets a 3-second penalty, for some very good contenders for the race win. I think Felix will get this one again, just like he did in the last race. This race he does have penalties, so not as clean as the last race. Piquet says the fastest lap by a few thousandths of a second, I think, or a few hundreds. It's really... Ooh, and Venom has a bit of an oversteer moment, but he catches it. Very good driving from him. Main goes into the pits. I think his tires were ruined after he spun, definitely. He's going onto softs. Yes, and he got damage. So he got onto a fresh soft tire and fixed the swing. So he will be definitely setting the fastest lap. But Felix, 12 seconds in front. Let's just hope his tires don't pop, because if they do, this will be a very dramatic end to the race. Let's see his tires. They're 21 laps old, so basically had most of the race, and they still have to do 9 laps. Very good job from him. The Venom is catching a bit. There's a lot of ERS, 64% Piquet. Fastest lap 18.687, so this is a bit faster than we saw before. So he's really kicking up the pace to try to catch Venom, who's on hard tires. Yes. Venom, 3-second time penalty. That is his second, yeah. he has 6 seconds. So 3 drivers have 6-second penalties and 3 drivers have 3-second penalties. So only Main and Swayze have not got any penalties. So this race might be decided on some penalties. But Piker behind him does have 6 seconds. So he still is in P2. Still is in P2. And there's not really much fighting. I think Main is catching up to Tib a bit. We will see if he catches up, and then I'll switch to that point of view to see what kind of racing they do at the back of the grid. Just switch to them. Really close. He is in softs. He's setting the fastest lap, definitely. And he's already in 1 second, so he will have DRS. How much ERS does he have? So not too much, but still plenty of ERS. 17.433. Tib waving a bit too much on the track. He almost went off track as Main gets a very good position on him. Tib was kind of waving a bit too much. I think at one point one of his tires was on the grass. So that wasn't quite in the regulations, but I don't think that will matter at all. But not the cleanest defending on the straight, but nothing wrong happened from him. And Piker is catching Venom actually. I think we will have a very interesting battle for P2 here. Finally, from racing. Felix is just so far ahead that I don't think anyone is gonna contend for the win here. And Venom has Hamilton's helmet somehow. I don't know how he did that, but I think he has, at least it looks like that. And Piker is already a second behind him. He's really closing the gap, now under a second. We will see some interesting fighting between Venom and Piker, who will have DRS on the next lap. Tib pits, gets Swayze a free position. I think he's pitting into softs, but I can check like this. Yes. Piker is already closed the gap to 6 tenths of a second. 5 tenths. We will have some really good fighting and maybe some crashes if they don't keep it quite clean. Venom is really on the edge of his car. You can see him almost oversteering out of every corner, but that's not bad if you can catch it. That's a little bit of oversteer out of the exit is good gauge. Oh, but Venom has some damage. I think Venom might have a bit of damage, or his car was just, or the lights just looked at it. I don't think he has damage. I think the game just looked a bit. He had damage. And his snowbird got the 3-second penalty, but I saw Venom, I think, also cut a bit of the track, trying to keep Piker behind him, who might get him on the next lap and get as much points for McLaren, who would score, I think, like because there are only the only two teams who are still racing. So only teammates who are racing, sorry. They might score the most points, but I think Felix's P1 would be more points than P2 and 6. I don't know. I think maybe not actually. I don't know the point system, unfortunately, on the top of my head. And Piker using all of his ERS. Will he go for the... No, he keeps it safe. Very good choice. Do not to dive it and risk both of your races, as you have 5 more laps to do some overtaking. Felix is now on very used 26 lap old hard tires, but I think he's doing a pretty good job of saving and conserving them so they don't blow up. But they still could, because the tires, as soon as they reach 80% where they can pop instantly on that 80%, it's basically luck. After your tires hit 80%, where it's basically just luck if they will pop now or at 100%. So I don't know his tire percentage, as Steve gets the fastest lap of the race. I don't know his tire wear, and how close he is to that 80% mark, but we could still see some tire explosions, and we might get a Silverstone 2020 Hamilton finish, so who knows, that would be pretty interesting. Is Speaker going to go and he goes into the inside. They almost touch but give each other just enough space. That's how racing should be done. He gets DRS on this corner as well, and around the outside in turn 2. Is he going to stake it? Yes, he does. He gets the overtake on Venom. Will Venom now stay behind him and get the DRS? I think he will. I think he has the pace to stay behind the McLaren driver and get to the DRS and still stay behind him and maybe overtake him back. But he's losing. He lost 5 tenths now, so to him. I don't know if that will be the case. I think he might still, if he doesn't make mistakes, because now the pressure is very high on him to get the P2. So if he keeps it clean and races, does good laps and goes up fast but safe, he could definitely be back in P2. Definitely, the race is still yet from over for Venom. And he will go now, I think. No, he is too far back. How much does ERS does he have? 20 or 40%? Oh, he has much more ERS than Peaker, which he will want to use in the next 3 laps if he wants to get that P2 back. But I think Peaker is just, I think has mediums and Venom is in hard. Yes, let's see how fresh the mediums are. 10 laps and 15 laps hard, so the hard should start to be a better tire by now. Soon they should start to be the better tire. But still, I think it's still gonna be for till the end of the race. I don't think the tires are going to matter that much. I think they're basically on equal ground here on tires. But Venom will be all these 3 laps trying to get as much pace, as much consistency, as much as he can out of himself. Try to get his P2 and redeem himself after his spin in the last race. Still close. It does lose time. It loses time every lap to him. He is still close enough to challenge for P2. So it's still, the hope is still not lost for the Aston Martin team. Only have 1 driver this race. Unfortunately, I guess the other driver didn't make it, and we didn't have enough. We didn't have reserves to replace them. Well, who else? Felix is also driving along. And one more team. Let's see. I don't know if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, the Red Bull. The Red Bull driver disconnected. I think he was a reserve, maybe. Venom got that reset, it's over. I think it's over for Venom. Yes, it's done for Venom, unfortunately. There is no way to get the P2 now. Gotten way too much penalties. Red Bull are the ones who basically don't even have a driver. Then Aston Martin and Alpine are missing drivers this race, so not good points for not good race or a weekend for those three teams. I mean, they are for Felix. He is going to win, but it would be much better if another Alpine was here to score points for him. Swayze is actually now the only driver without a penalty, but Main is only 3 seconds, and Swayze is way too far to get advantage from that. So he will be staying P7, but he kept it clean. No penalties till the whole race. He did have a few spins, but at least no penalties. Venom now has 3% ERS. He's using all, but Picker is also using all of his ERS to keep in that P2. Sorry for that. I was interrupted. And Venom lost. Yeah, I mean, did have penalties, but it didn't really matter. But he did lose out 1 second. I guess he just backed off because he knew he didn't have a chance for P2 anymore. He just backed off and rather be in P3 than DNF and not score any points. So I think it's smart for him to not try to get P2 if it's over. And this is the last lap. Let's see, Felix crossed the line as he wins the Hungarian Grand Prix in Tier 2. A win for Felix back to back. So he's now the championship leader. Very good driving from Felix in Russia and Hungary. Congrats to him. Picker comes in 2nd place. Venom in 3rd. Snowbird crosses the line for Ferrari in P4. Neo will cross the line, almost spins there. Neo will cross the line for Alfa Romeo in P5. Main P6. Swayze for Mercedes P7. He got to the podium last race, so I think he won't be as happy with this, but he still scored some points and didn't DNF the race, so at least he is consistent, and finishing is much more important if a lot of drivers are going to DNF every race like this one. So good job to him, good job to every driver to finish this race, as almost half the grid did not finish. So congratulations to everyone, congratulations to Felix. I think now we'll have some interviews. Driver of the day goes to Neo by the game, but we'll have a vote right now on who everyone thinks the driver of the day is. So don't worry, I will tell you that as well. I think we'll have some interviews now. After the celebrations, the podium, I will check. And McLaren actually, I don't think they were. I think they scored some points last race. I don't remember, but they will be pretty happy with this performance. Both their drivers finished and scored some nice points. So good job to McLaren. And I think we're going to interviews now. Let me just check that. So the driver of the day is being voted for now. Let me see if there will be some interviews. I think a lot of incidents have been reported. Venom is in general, so he might. I think we will have some interviews. Still not sure. Still no response. I don't know about that. They're all just fighting in the report discussion. Okay, there will be interviews. Okay. So I think we will get the top 3 drivers. So Peaker can't be interviewed. He was P2. Okay, I'll just join them, and at least Venom will get an interview. Then Felix or Peaker will be able to.
Did you get the fastest lap?
Hello, Venom.
Hello.
So how do you feel about your P3?
Good.
Do you think you could have done a bit better to get that P2 and secure that a bit more points for your team?
Yeah, definitely, but
It was just I didn't like the hard tire that much, but I saw Felix go on it and be like quick, do a fastest lap, and Picker too. Um, and then I decided to go medium to hard. I think it was, and then yeah, my first strategy was medium, soft. I think, but yeah, I had to change up the strategy.
But Felix did a pretty good job. He pitted very early onto those hards, so he did a pretty good job with saving his tires. But I think you were in the running for P2 just until you got that one more 3-second penalty, which put you 3 seconds behind Beaker, who was P2 in the finish.
Yeah, I could have avoided that, but yeah, I was pushing just too hard. I should have just let go of it. And he had like mediums too, so
Yeah.
yeah, I tried to fight it, but I couldn't. I had not the pace.
Yeah, you could really see on the stream that you were pushing. Your car was quite a few times a bit oversteer off the exit, which was sometimes it's pretty good, and you didn't spin, so you did a good job of keeping the car under control. And you could see that you were pushing and trying to get as much positions as you could, but at least it's a better race than Hungary. You did have a chance to win that one and this one as well, but at least this time you kept the car under control and finished the race and scored some very good points for yourself and your team.
Yeah, I drive very carefully. I just lifted so many times earlier, and yeah, I just wanted to bring the car home and security points.
Yeah, that was a very smart decision. So I don't have any more questions for you. If you want to add anything to that, you can now.
Uh, I think I have nothing to say.
Yeah. Okay. So enjoy your P3, and let's see what you can do in Mexico next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. So Felix, I see you've entered.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
How do you feel winning back-to-back races, Russia and Hungary, and you were pretty dominant in both of them? How do you do it?
I did not expect to win this, to be honest, because at the restart I totally forgot to load my setup, so my car was feeling horrible. I had understeer like crazy. Then on the first pit stop, I think the safety car came after lap 2 or so. I decided to pit and change my front wing to 11 and then go into the hards and see how far I can go with them. And then I decided to stretch them till the end because that were the only chance to be on the podium. Because if I had pitted again, I would have fallen so far behind. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm really interested in is what percentage of tire were those hards on? You had them for like most of the race. So what percent of tire wear did you have in the last lap?
Yeah, my front left was the highest with 63%.
Okay, so it was you had like a lot of more life left in those tires because they pop at 80% and higher. I thought you were like you will have to like struggle a bit at the end of the race and try to save the tires as much as possible, because I thought you pitted, like you said, lap 2 or something like that, and that's a really long time to go with the hards. But you say you had 63%, so that's pretty good. You carried those tires pretty well to the race, so good job on keeping the tires so fresh.
Yeah, I tried to save as much tires as I could. If I didn't came under pressure from anyone behind me, I was trying to take care of the tires, and then I think it was the last lap or the lap before I was setting a personal best actually on those old hards, so I really gave it everything because the McLaren was gaining on me so much with his new mediums. Yeah.
Yeah, but you did have quite a big gap to the McLaren, who did have 3 second more penalties than you, so I don't think you were quite in danger of someone overtaking you. But that was a really good race from you, and you're now the championship leader after 2 races, and do you plan to keep that and keep this momentum going into next week and Mexico?
Yeah, I hope so. Mexico isn't my best trick neither, but let's see how it will play out at the end, because where you stand at the end, it's what really matters, and yeah, everything else is, yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, agree. If you have anything more to say to your fans or anyone watching the stream, you can now. And I don't have any more questions. I want you to congratulate you on the win, on back-to-back winning every race we
Yep.
had in Tier 2 for now. And I would like to say to you that some team principals might already be looking at you for next season. So good job on that. And now, if you want to say anything, you can.
Thank you. Team principals from T1 or T2?
I think T1, definitely.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, then I hope I can perform at such level as I do now, and then I will get the T1 seat next season.
Well, thank you for speaking to us and doing this interview. Enjoy another win under your belt, and let's hope you keep this momentum going and win the championship.
Yeah, thank you. Well,
Thank you. Bye.
yeah, bye.
I don't see anyone else. Speaker isn't in here, so if anyone else who is in general wants to say something about their race, I think you have a few more minutes if you want to say anything.
Yeah, I'll say something first.
Okay.
I'll do an interview.
So what do you have to say about your race?
Well, I'm first of all, congratulations to Felix. It was a brilliant drive. Yeah, I finished P4 in the end. I felt like I probably had some more pace, which is a shame. But I'm generally happy. I think. It's also unlucky for my teammates, who they got spun round by Simon, but the FIA will have to decide whether there's a penalty or not.
Yeah, I think the FIA will have a lot of things and a lot of videos to overlook after this race,
Yeah.
because almost half the grids was DNF'd.
It was a crazy race, but it was very boring from my perspective because I have no overtaking apart from one minor battle with Pika, but he was on new medium, so
Yeah, it wasn't the most exciting race. Definitely, there were some good battles. A bit of the end, every overtake was kind of a good battle because we didn't have anything else to see,
Yeah.
because everyone was so spread out, and so unfortunate that so many drivers didn't get to race so early, and we had a restart, so we gave them a chance. It's bad for Hungary, who started on P1, but to everyone who finished the race, I would like to congratulate you on finishing this very hard track and keeping it in the points.
Yeah, I'm very critical of the calendar because there's tons of tracks where there's not much overtaking, and it's like street circuits.
Yeah.
I think they should next time include more tracks better for overtaking, but yeah, that's what I have to say.
I agree. Okay, if you have anything more to say, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be it. Thank you everyone who did an interview. We will be ending the stream now. Hope you enjoyed the race. It wasn't the most exciting one, but tomorrow is a tier 1 race around Hungary that might be a bit more exciting, might have a bit more people who were racing closer, but you never know what will happen. And then we have another tier 3 race, so hope you enjoyed, and good night, and enjoy the rest of your day if it's not night for you. Goodbye.